If you have befriended and volunteered alongside Josie Freede, you no doubt learned a lot and should count yourself lucky. Josephine Freede has dedicated herself to her volunteer work for more than 40 years. Despite being an immigrant, she took the lead in helping Oklahoma institutions like the Symphony League and the Allied Arts, the Charity Horse Show, and OCU. Degreed in physiotherapy, she gave up her work to come to Oklahoma as a newlywed with husband Henry, a physician she met at a hospital in England. She left behind family and memories of growing up in a war-torn world.
I grew up in Plymouth, and I lived there most of the time until the war started. And when it got pretty bad, we were blitzed 3 nights in a row, and it was really bad then. And they were sending the children over to the States, and then they decided not to evacuate us. So we were all evacuated to coastal regions away from where we lived, because there was a dockyard, Plymouth Dockyard, and it seemed to be a good target for everybody. And we were there, left our parents, and we were there for the rest of the war.
Her landing in Oklahoma was a bit of a shock.
Yeah, I thought I was going to die. It was so hot. God, I thought I was going to die. I never been in such heat before. I'll never forget, I got out the plane in Tulsa, and it was terribly hot. They were frying eggs on the sidewalk to show how hot it was. And I thought, gosh, what have I come to? But I've been here ever since and got acclimated, except for these allergies.
Henry and Josie were together nearly 50 years. He encouraged her to get busy.
Henry encouraged me to go out and do things for people, because he thought the doctors' wives didn't do enough. And so I started joining and working as a volunteer, and I enjoyed it very much.
A touch competitive, Josie took Henry's encouragement to the limit. She would become known as the $1 Million Volunteer for outstanding fundraising work on campaign after campaign. But she points out she didn't do it alone.
I think a lot of people are afraid that people are going to say no. But if you don't ask them, that's the only thing you've got to remember, is that they can say no. They will say no if they can. And then just let it go.
She says her success is partly due to having learned about a positive outlook and thankfulness while treating sick children.
Raising money is not easy at first, but after a while it became that I didn't mind doing it at all. And of course, now that I do help people, it's because it's what he wanted. He liked to take care. He was also very fond of children, like the Shriners Hospital and places like that, the children with bad trouble. But, that's just the way he was. He liked to help other people, and so I carried on. He liked anything that was educational or for the health of a person, so that's what I've tried to do.
Volunteering put her in contact with very creative people and gave her an outlet of her own.
Well, I was quite good at one time, and then my husband started helping me with my pictures, and they were so much better after he touched them up that I quit going. But he was a very good artist. When he was in England, the hospital that I was talking about, it had an open-air ward. And I remember seeing him one day. He had all the beds around him. They were on wheels, because we wheel him out in the sunlight, because the sunlight was a good treatment for tuberculosis. And he had all the beds around him, and there he was drawing Pinocchio and all the Mickey Mouse things for the children. And he was a very good artist, and he used to draw for them on the ground while they were in their beds. They loved it. He was very good. He was good. But I wasn't so good. But I did good drawings. I did a lot of black and white pencil, but I wasn't wild about it. I don't like to sew either.
At 84, she is still eager to learn and get involved. She has pledged her support to the Health Sciences Center, the American Indian Cultural Center, and is vetting political candidates. She wants to continue to give what she can for Henry.
He always was very fond of Oklahoma. He said he made a good living here. He loved the state, and he said that anything he could do for Oklahoma, he was willing to do and to give back.
Josie is a giver whose generosity has earned honors. On the OCU campus is the $10 million Henry Freede Wellness and Activity Center, though she'd just as soon no one made a fuss.
No, I wish they wouldn't do it. I like the way they use the family name, just family. That's all I want, is they use them. But if I don't have to, I just as soon they didn't plaster my name around the place. So would my daughters.
Please welcome Josie Freede to the OCU Minders School of Business Hall of Honor as the recipient of the Outstanding Achievement Award.